You know the type of guy that was a jock in high school but ended up becoming a huge nerd? You know, someone that's not afraid to make a fool of themselves on the internet. And someone that likes to shoot Polaroid a little too much. Did I say huge nerd? You know, just an ordinary, everyday guy. Well, that's me. I'm just another Chris. Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, everybody? Decided to do like an impromptu live stream. Just hanging out, just chilling. This headphones are not sitting right on my head. I had to replace the little muffs, and anyway, I digress. What's going on, everybody? I'm just hanging out here at the house, and I was like, man, Halloween special's over. What the heck's next? What now? And so I thought about going live, hanging out with you guys, answering some of you guys' burning questions from the Halloween special, perhaps, maybe. But also let you in on some things that have been going on behind the scenes, which there's been a lot going on, and some stuff that I'm going to be working on next. So feel free, at least in chats, comments, and let's hang out. Let's have some fun. So yeah, the Halloween special wrapped up, what, a week ago? A little over a week ago. That was super fun. Man, I'm really surprised I even pulled it off, to be honest. It was quite challenging. I've been filming that over the course of, I don't even know how many months, a long time. I started filming part of the episodes, I guess, as far back as March, the end of March, technically. And then I'd sporadically throughout the year, and then hit it hard in September. Yeah, September. Pretty much wrapped it up then for the most part, and then just hit the editing. Whew, got it done. 7 episodes, the most I've ever done. And we'll see if I even continue doing episodes for the Halloween special next year. I might just do one big special episode, just one. I haven't made up my mind yet. But what now? That's a good question. I have a few things in the works that I need to finish up. And I've started working on, and one of them is the X-raying your film, an updated version of that. And because I've been on the side of you don't need to worry about that, because I've traveled so much with film, so many different places internationally. I've done many different tests. I've never had a problem with it, ever, once. Now, with that said, I experienced my first ever potential X-raying issue on my most recent trip, middle of last month in October. And my photos were coming out pretty fogged. reminiscent of X-raying. And so I just was like, oh, there's something to this. However, I think it might have actually been a QC issue with Polaroid. Shocker! Because the other film that I brought, I didn't shoot it while I was there because I thought it was ruined. So I brought it back, and I'm like, I'm just going to have it X-rayed again just to see. I shot some of it the other day. It was fine. So I think the 2 packs that I shot were that had those issues, those fogging of the film. It was a QC problem at Polaroid because the other stuff was fine. So who knows? However, there has been some tests that I've been working on that I haven't seen done before, and that I've already started and kind of finished. And I just got to continue some of these other tests. And one of them is X-raying your film in your checked luggage. That's part of that whole video. But like putting it into your bag, checking it, goes under the plane. TSA says never do that because those X-rays will damage your film. Well, I've tested it with Polaroid as well as Instax. Results are going to be quite shocking, to be honest. I won't tell you about that. I won't spoil it. But that I've been working on that. Oh, excuse me. So, which I need to finish soon. But I gotta do some more traveling to kind of finish that one off. So we'll see when that comes out. Hopefully, I can get it out by the end of the year. It might just have to be a January release. But I've already done a video on X-raying your film. You can check that out. It's been on the channel for like almost 2 years, I think, a year and a half or so. It's a pretty in-depth thing, and all the photos you've seen like through the Halloween special, like 90+% of them are from travel, like going through X-rays. I don't have myself hand checked, and there's been no problems until that's one instance I was just said happened last month. But it could have just been a Polaroid quality control issue. big shocker there, right? But there was another thing I wanted to talk about here, and that is why I'm not seeing your freaking comments. I see that people are commenting, but I'm not getting them popping up. Let me investigate real quick. It would help if I push the on button for my iPad to receive these. It should pop it. There they are. I see your comments now. 9 minutes. Oh, yeah, I didn't do a scheduled post like I normally do. So instead of just doing like a 2 or 3 minute countdown timer, I say a full 10 minute. So that way it gives people the opportunity to receive the notification instead of the scheduled announcement post. That's why I did that. That's quite the production. Well, thank you so much. I kind of do this for a living. Building it out for other people. That's the job that I do. What's up, Grubby? It was fixed. I should have just thrown a sheet over the in here and call it done. What are you talking about? Did I miss something? I really liked the Polaroid competition for the Halloween special. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Best one I think I've done so far. Still working out some kinks and getting it done properly. But I feel this one went a lot smoother. Other than, the people complaining still. Always get people that complain. It just kind of goes along with it. But I feel it was a success and super fun. I was able to incorporate and collaborate with other people. Like we had Lou and Pat, Morgan, and Dennis, getting them involved. I mean, Morgan and Lou is the first time you guys have probably seen them on the channel. I'm sure you've seen them across the interwebs, especially Lou, because he's really close-knit to what we do on YouTube. Morgan, I think, is more on the TikTok side of things and Instagram. I think more on TikTok. I'm doing okay. Could be better. If you guys saw my Instagram post yesterday, then you might know. Anyway. No problems with X-ray here. Drive everywhere. Well, yeah. I guess if you drive, you don't have to worry about it. But, also, I'm streaming at a higher bit rate. Let me know if there's any lag or sync issues. if you guys let me know. I'm kind of testing out that. Just want to see if there's an issue. Because I think I was doing something outside of my stuff for somebody. I was using my setup. I noticed a slight delay. So let me know. Yo, what's up, Brett? RIP. Not sure what you're saying RIP to. Test. There it is. Thank you for the test. I just didn't hit the on button for my comments. That was my fault. The live quality is pretty good as well. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Like I said, I was testing something. It would be a lot better. Honestly, I've been lazy. I'm not even streaming at my main, like, set, if you will. Mostly because it's still set up from the Halloween special. I haven't taken it down yet. But also, it's just actually a lot better. My computer is this far away from where I record videos. I need to get a computer set up over there because it's so nice to be able to be at my desk, at the computer, pushing the buttons, being able to fix things like that. So I've been kind of lazy. I don't really have this set up. It's kind of dark, but I think I will set this corner up to be a little bit nicer and stream here more frequently. And this door right here is a closet, and I think I'm going to start putting up photos of people. Like, this isn't one I probably would put up, but these are from the podcast episodes. Like, these I use for the thumbnails for podcasts. But I have signed Polaroids from people that I meet, and I thought about putting them up on the wall back here on the door. Just lined them up. I think it looked kind of cool. We'll see. They're pretty reflective, though, so it might reflect some light like that. We'll see. I digress. You still have the Discord channel link? I don't know. Yeah, it's there. People have been joining as of today, yesterday. Not sure what link you're clicking, but it's there. I think we're almost like at the 500 people in there right now. I might cap it soon, just to kind of keep it chill, you know? Why do they call it oven when... What are you talking about? Well, I'm glad you're still alive. I am still alive for now. You got a couple more years with me anyway. Have you ever used any other film cameras except Instax, like Nikon, Pentax? Like, well, yeah. So the camera you're actually viewing me on, are you talking about this cameras in general or film cameras? If so, I mean, I do digital stuff all the time. The camera you're looking at, watching me on, is a Panasonic GH5, baby. But I also have only one other film, almost a DSLR, SLR. That is a Nicker Mat, so it's kind of a Nikon. It's F-mount, which I need to shoot more with that more. I have some film in it that I need to finish off and get developed. Stream caller seems 1010. Oh, thanks. No lag or drop frames. Sweets. That's good to see, because I mean, as I'm looking at my computer, I am seeing a slight delay, which is common, but usually not on my desktop. So that must be my HDMI cable going into my computer. I might need to replace it. But as long as you guys don't see it, that's what counts. Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-dum, boom. Outside of the chat, coming in here to Rhode Island without a problem. Fantastic. Thank you for the feedback. But yeah, kind of going back to the X-ray real fast. Some people swear by it. Mostly everyone's like, never have it X-rayed. That's where I come in, baby. I'm the black sheep, the outlier, the one that tells you, wait a minute, stop and hey, whoa, hey, whoo, oh, maybe rethink certain things. And X-raying is one of them. Like, and now my mind might be changed just because I've experienced a weird issue, like I said. So I'll be testing it more. But overall, I've never had a problem ever once. Instant photography only. And that's because they say, TSA says 800 ISO or lower will not be affected. If you're using other types of film, then probably you might. I've never tested that. Technically, I have inadvertently tested medium format and 35 millimeter, but I haven't developed that film yet. I've traveled with it, but that's only 400 ISO, so it shouldn't be a problem. But we'll find out. Maybe I'll include that in the X-rays. But yeah, I gotta wrap that up hopefully by the end of the year, early January, and then I'm going to be working on a really huge one, big video, and I'm pretty excited about it. I'll tell you in a second. Yeah, I was talking about SLR film cameras. Digital cameras are everywhere nowadays. Yeah, they're cheaper overall. That is, but yeah, I've got many digital. I've got mostly. Well, I've got several Nikons, one Panasonic, and then like 3 Blackmagic, 4 Blackmagic cameras. Yeah. 4? Yeah, 4. I got a lot of cameras. And I think I even sold one a couple years ago. Any new thoughts on the i2? I know your review was very mixed. So, it's still the same. It's still about the same. I have it sitting here actually. Right here. Ooh, still have it. Might have to sell it. Might have to sell a bunch of stuff, to be honest. But yeah, mixed reviews still, and people are starting to leave comments, and it's been overall the same experience that I've been having. Meaning, if you want to just use it in auto mode, it's going to get reminiscent results of the Now Plus. It's going to be a little bit overexposed. So it's pretty much a manual shooter anyway. However, also relying on the camera's light meter to meter your shots in manual mode is also troublesome, not just for me. Other people are saying that too. So use an off-camera light meter and you'll get the best results. Otherwise, if you're using it in in both modes, just know it's going to be a little bit overexposed, so compensate for it as you see fit. But I don't hate the camera. I'm not in love with the camera. I've gotten some cool shots with it, but yeah, it's just kind of in the middle for me. Yeah, so that's my thoughts. Everyone has digital cameras in their pocket. It's so true. And it's so funny too, because when I was first getting into content creation back in like 2014, I think it was. Yeah, I think that's when I really started. Well, that's when I made a video specifically for YouTube, and I didn't really start taking it seriously until like, well, yeah, I guess I did take it seriously, but I started doing regular content the following year. I started filming a documentary, and then I started taking it really, really seriously in 2018. And I refused to use my phone for anything. It just, the quality wasn't good. I mean, I probably shouldn't say that because I used it for just vlog stuff. But if I was filming a review or filming a documentary or filming all these other things, I refused to use it. And I was using an iPhone 6s Plus back then. But I had to be a camera, and it had to have an ND filter on it. So I'm shooting outside. I could be shooting at f2.8, getting that cinematic, beautiful Peter McKinnon level stuff. And now I'm the exact opposite. Like, I don't freaking care. I shot the 99% of the Halloween special on this damn phone right here. And Dave from Knobtop PP's channel, his phone. I bet you all didn't even notice or cared. Yeah. I mean, phones plus are now just getting wildly amazing. You just picked up a knicker mat? Nice. I found mine at a thrift store for $10 and it worked perfectly. It's pretty sweet. I don't understand why the X-ray debate. TSA will hand check the film, no problem, and it barely adds any time. It depends on what airport you're at. Because if it's a busy time, and let's say you're running low-ish on time, it could be a problem. But even then, if you don't want to stand off to the side, because for instance, most of the time when I fly out of Portland, Oregon, they're always pulling people, and it's usually me anyway. So I started taking a habit of pulling my cameras out because that's what triggers their alarms. But if I'm having my stuff hand checked, there's usually like 5 people, 6 people ahead of me that have to have their bags pulled and checked. So I'm standing there for an extra like 20 minutes waiting to have the stuff checked when you don't need to. That's been my overall experience. You do not need to. For instant film only. Instax and Polaroid. Up to 800 ISO. But again, I had a weird issue happen. But I've pretty much narrowed it down to Polaroid's QC problems. Because I just tested a film that's double X-rayed. So it went and came back. Meaning it was X-rayed. And then it went into the plane and exposed the X-rays across, the sky, because you're exposed to more X-ray up there than you are at the TSA scanners. Fun fact. But and then landed, and then back and forth, and no problem. Which I thought there was, because I ran into 2 packs in a row that were trash, and I think and they were from the same pack. I didn't think it was, but I screwed that up myself. I had thought they were from 2 separate packs, but they weren't. They were from a double pack. So QC issue on that. A problem with airports is that everyone is different. Smaller airports will probably have other equipment, but bigger ones, yeah, you got cut off. Probably have never new stuff. That's not cookie cutter response. Yeah, so it is. Yeah, every airport is a little bit different. I travel a lot, especially this year. I've traveled internationally, and I've never had a problem ever once in all my years of shooting instant photography. And I've been doing it for like 4 years now, I think. 4 years. Yeah, pretty close. And only this one time with 2 packs. One technically pack. QC problem. If you ask to hand check it in the Netherlands, they just look at you weird. They look at you weird here too, honestly. Every time that I have had it done, because I've tested for a test, I should say, where I had like a handful of packs, and I had like 2 of them get hand checked, and I left the other ones alone just to see if there would be a difference in that. And one of those tests was a double pack that I just took one hand checked and the other one through X-ray, so it's from the same batch, and I never had a problem. So, but when I did hand it to them, they're like, "What? You don't have to do that." I'm like, "Yeah, well, I would like to do it anyway," but it's funny sometimes. I don't have an Instax or Polaroid camera, but I have a Canon T7 Yashica. I used to call that Yashica back in the day. I learned like only a couple years ago. It's called Yashica. Super, I think it's by, hang on, you got cut off. Instant camera soon. Get one. They're fun. I need to fix my comments, actually. I've been wanting to readjust some of that stuff. It's pretty basic right there. I can make it look cooler. For now, I'm just happy watching you talk about it. Oh yeah, you can also check out my masterclass. Link in the description. If it might be helpful for you. Get you going on it. It's a mastering the art of instant photography, baby. I might do a sale next month on it. Just full disclosure. If you buy it now, I might do a small sale. It's for Christmas. So, but it'll only be for a couple of days if you want to wait. That's a shame. My now plus always is -1 exposure, no matter what the situation, unless it's in dark indoors. I don't know why you got cut off. I don't know why they're making all new cameras with sensitive sensors. QC, I'm guessing it might not even be their fault. However, the last 2 cameras that they've put out have had this problem, and they've even had to put out a new Go 2 to fix it secretly. Of course, they'll never address it, just because they'll have to recall everything. If they say, yeah, sorry, we effed up, guess what? They'll have to do a recall and refund everybody. The problem with instant cameras is that the X-ray shows the ejection mechanism as a metal scissor trips showed. Where are you? They showed it on screen last time and it went through. Yeah, that's why I've made a habit of removing my cameras. Most of them. Mostly the SX70 cameras. That one usually triggers their alarms. So I pull that out and let them know, hey, it's a camera, and it opens like this. I was like, and then put it in. Because sometimes they'll try to just rip it open. So that's just what I do. Something to keep in mind. Now, so what I was saying earlier, there's a video I've been really wanting to dive into for the last couple of months. And it sparked from a conversation I was having with Noptop. We were driving, we had a long car ride because we were driving from Ohio to Georgia to film the Halloween special. So it's about 8 to 10 hour drive if you calculate stops for food and restroom and gas and all that stuff. And we were talking, I don't know how we got into the subject, but he was talking about satellites back in the day and how like the technology of getting the photos sent back, how we got them, like way back early days, 60s, 50s, things like that. And I'm like, oh, that's funny you bring that up, because like a year ago, I got curious about how the heck they did that. Like, how was that even possible back then? And the process is insane, absolutely insane. They literally developed a satellite with the camera. They loaded it with film, and basically it was sort of an instant camera of the day. They would take the photos, take the photographs of like the planets, asteroids, whatever it is, and then it would instant develop. They go through the process inside the whole thing. That was medium format. No, I think it was actual 120 millimeter film, not 120 medium format. Well, so 120 millimeter, if I remember right. And it would shoot, it would go through the process, develop, and then get scanned, and then that was sent back to Earth. So somewhere out there in the cosmos of this, there's a satellite floating through space with film stock. And if it's ever found and checked out, like, it's kind of crazy to think about. They crack it open and there's pictures in there. The negatives are in there. It's wild to think. And also, if you think about it, those are higher fidelity pictures that would have been sent back to what we got to see. So if those were ever irretrievable, which it's totally not, we could take those and look at the photos in a detail that we have never seen before. And I thought it was fascinating. So, but that led to vintage or early days of spy satellites. They would do a similar thing. However, there wasn't a developer in there. They would just shoot the photos, and then they had an ejection pod that was shot back to Earth and landed in the ocean, and we would recover it. Which then the evolution of that was they would eject them, and they'd be falling to Earth, and there'd be a recovery plane that would catch them midair to get the film, and then they would develop it on Earth. Isn't that fascinating? So I thought about doing a video essay on all of like that, like dive into it, research it more. It'd be a heavy project to take on, because I want to do it kind of fun and maybe do some recreations with like models, like have them playing with to demonstrate things. I think it'd be pretty fun. And it's just fascinating to think about what it took just to get pictures of stuff in space. It's crazy. Let's go back here. Boom, getting caught up here. Sorry, guys. Where is it? The problem with instant. Okay, here we go. TSA pre-check. I know. I need to be doing that. It's only $80 for 5 years. Makes it so much easier. I know. And every time I go to the airport, I'm like, why am I not TSA pre-check? You know how much I freaking travel? You don't have to x-ray your stuff. You just go through a metal detector. Wait, no. You still have to. I think you still have to send your bag through X-ray, but you don't have to take your shoes off or belt or anything like that. So there is that. So satellites are floating jammed printers in space. Pretty much. Somewhere out there is a satellite with like a roll of film just chilling in there. Just exposed film of whatever, whatever it was. The moon. Well, I think we crashed that one. I can't remember, but I was going to dive into that topic. I think it's kind of interesting. One more question. Do you think there's worth shelling out the money for a Polaroid Sun 660? Oh, yeah. I mean, you can find those are pretty inexpensive. I mean, they're like, I found mine for $20 on Facebook Marketplace back in the day. I mean, they have gone all up in price. I don't want to take credit for that, because I don't want the credit for that. But I think I've played a factor in that. Me, probably Lou, Ben, maybe Matt Day. He's more film. He does some instant, but not a lot. But yeah, I play a factor in the rising price of instant photography and the camera values. Because when I first started, I could go on Facebook Marketplace, type in Polaroid, and there'd just be a billion of things for cheap. I mean, I'm talking in the first couple months of me getting into instant photography, I had myself a arsenal of cameras, and I spent less than $100 on all of them. I'm talking SX70 cameras, sonars, 680, the Beast. I paid $20 for that thing. Yeah. I had instax camera. I had so much of it. And now you type it in, it's hard to find stuff. But I would say a Sun 660 is a great camera. Totally worth picking up. You can usually find them. Don't go to Retrospect ever for their cameras. They're quadruple the price. They say refurbished, but they're technically not. They'll sort of honor the so if you buy it and it doesn't work, they'll just say, hey, send it back, and they're probably going to send you another one and say it's been refurbished. It's a whole thing. But search Marketplace, search OfferUp, Craigslist maybe, if that's even still a thing, and you might be able to find them for $50. You shouldn't pay more than $50 for a Sun 660, which is basically a Polaroid now, pretty much, and looks cooler. It just doesn't shoot I-type. It is fascinating. Yeah, it goes for about $30. That's what I'm saying. Don't pay more than 50. That's pretty much, but honestly, 50 is probably what people are going to try and get for. I know in the past year, everything has skyrocketed, especially the SX70 market. Yeah. My first SX70 camera, I paid $40 for. I was getting overexposed pictures with it. Turns out it was just the light meter was a little corroded. I didn't know that at the time. And then my second SX70 I bought, which was only like a few days later, maybe a week later, I paid $5 for it. It had the box, has the leather skin. It's a Model 2. And then I picked up a broken sonar. Didn't know at the time. $20. And then, yeah, I bought the 680 like not shortly after that. They were so cheap in 2020. That's when I was really getting into it. No, the 660 is still 2030. Yeah. Exactly. Retrospect scavenging habits certainly haven't helped. No, it hasn't. They follow me on Instagram. They don't follow many people. At the time, I remember when they followed me, they were only following like 20 people. And I'm like, why are you following me? Especially after turning me down. Well, not responding to an email because I was like, hey, want to collaborate? Never even heard from him. And then I got a random sales video or a sales email. Weirdest one. I think I've shared it before, but basically it was, they sent me an email saying, hey, Chris, love your channel. Love what you're doing for the community. I just want to let you know about us and what we do. And we would love to have you feature some of our stuff in our videos. Or in your videos. We just released the Pepsi camera. And here's a link to go purchase it. and have you do a video on it. We would like you to do a video on it, but please give us your money. Weirdest thing I've ever experienced from a company that wanted to collaborate from me. I don't think I responded. Did I respond? I think I did. I don't remember. That was a couple years ago. I got one for $110 on eBay bidding. Which one? The 660? The Sun 660? Paid over $100 for? What are you talking about? Oh, SX70. Honestly, for an SX70 nowadays, $100, it's a pretty good deal. It's a solid deal. If you want to compare it to like a modern Polaroid camera, you're technically going to be paying more for it. And SX70s are SLRs, so it's pretty good. Yes, he sells instant cameras. We must follow him. Yeah, it's so true. SX70s are ticking time bombs if they're not restored. Sort of, yeah, kind of. Now, if you do, I don't have it handy, and not that it would even matter anyway. I can't really demonstrate it. If you send it to Dennis and you do the manual mod to it, it takes away all of the, what's the word? I would assume, because it takes away some of the things that make it a ticking time bomb in a sense. Like the light sensor or light meter gets corroded, right? On the older ones. On his, it's a different sensor completely. It's a digital system now at that point. I don't think that will ever get corroded. And so it's kind of a plus. It's kind of a plus. So, but yeah, send your cameras to Dennis. Don't send them to Retrospect. Dennis does 10 times better. And I think he's expanding soon too. I saw that he was looking to hire somebody. He should just hire me and do all his promos. Dennis, you listening? Hire me. But funny enough, I need to, actually I should probably not show that just in case. He has something coming out, and I think someone already released it because he gave me a heads up about it. So before I say it, I'm going to research it real quick. He is releasing an updated version or updated product, and he didn't tell me who was releasing it, but I think I know who it was because I see that they also work together, which is cool. We need to get more people in on that. Let's see. No, I don't see it, so maybe I shouldn't talk about it. Just in case. What would I call it? Okay, let's try that. Nope. Okay, I don't see it anywhere on here. But anyway, he is releasing something soon. I swore he told me it was going to come out end of October, and then that somebody was also releasing releasing the video on the product. And I couldn't get it out on release day because it was going against my Halloween special video, so I couldn't make a video. But I will make a video when it comes out officially. I need to message him. But he also has, I don't have any nearby, dang it. But he also has the power bar, which is really cool. I love that thing. Power bar powers your SX70 cameras. You can shoot I-type in them. And the best part is if you use the sonar version, you don't have to modify your camera. I don't know how he does it. It's witchcraft. I swear. No. But you don't have to modify your camera. You just plug it in and go. Shoot your photos. So I was able to shoot some of the remaining Stranger Things film out of an SX70 camera, which is really cool. And I haven't shot it yet, but that new film, what's it called? The Redix or whatever. Those round frames. Those are I-type. Actually, I didn't even notice it was I-type until I received it. I was like, oh, interesting. Well, I can still shoot those out of an SLR camera if you use the power bar. It's really nice. Now, you can use them in the manual cameras, the power bar, but you do have to send your camera to be converted to take that mod, unfortunately. You don't have to convert it to shoot 600 film, though. It's just a mod he has to add to the camera to accept the power bar. It'll keep the camera the same, which is still a pretty cool option because I know some people don't like to have their cameras converted. Yeah, the mods will avoid the problems. Yeah, it does. It does. And some people will say, well, it's not genuine anymore. I get it. I understand. Brooklyn Film Camera also sells SX70s for way too much. It's true. They're a business. Oh, I don't know if they're trustworthy. I don't want to say anything. I have never had any. Okay, let me back up. Rewind. I have never had any personal experience with Brooklyn Film Camera. Only stories I've heard from you. I've had people contact me frustrated with them. Actually, that's all I've heard, to be honest. But I've never had any firsthand experience with them, so I don't know for sure. Just secondhand comments. But from what I've heard and what I've read, I might reconsider them. So there was this one person that was really upset. They lived in the Netherlands? No, Poland. They live in Poland. They send the camera in to be repaired. They ended up being like having to spend almost $1,000 just because every time they send it to them, yes, multiple times, they weren't fixing it. They sent it back and forth so many different times, and they never fixed the camera. And they made her pay for the shipping every time. And then by like the fourth time, she just was stuck with a broken camera, and they stopped responding. That's just a story I've heard. Take it with a grain of salt. Again, I have no affiliation with them, never had experience with them, but that's why I recommend Dennis, because he's great. He's phenomenal. He's quick. He's fast, and he's cheaper. But you don't get cheap work. You actually get premium work, high level work. He's constantly showing these other repair companies what the because most of the time they end up at him. They send him to like Retrospect. I mean, I can say it, Retrospect or Brooklyn Film Cameras, the other ones, and then they end up sending him to dentists to do the final fixes because they found out about him, and he's showing their work. He's showing what they do to him, and it's kind of bad. He's clearly showing side by side, like, this is the part that should be in here. This is the part that was replaced by a particular company. He doesn't name them, but this is the part they're using. This is what it should be in here, and this is why. I highly recommend dentist send to him. He's awesome. I mean, there was somebody that sent a camera to him. He does live in the UK. Sent a camera to him to be modified, repaired, completely refurbished. He had the camera back in his hands literally a week to the day. 1 week. Meanwhile, you send a camera to Retrospect, which they're in the US. It could take 4 or 6 weeks just for them to respond to your email asking them, hey, where's my camera? So, again, full disclosure, I have not had any firsthand experiences with even Retrospect other than that one email. So there you go. Not trying to talk bad about anybody, but these are just what I've heard and facts I've either witnessed or otherwise. Retrospect's camera is refurbished by someone who worked at Impossible and was trained by a technician who worked on them back in the day. Cool. Nice. I don't know anything about that. But I mean, again, Retrospect and Brooklyn Film Camera, remember, at the end of the day, are a business. They have overhead. They have a brick and mortar shop. They have expenses. And so that will be reflected upon their products that they sell or the services that they offer. They are going to be more expensive. Dennis is, I don't want to say a small time business because he operates the thing like a freaking multi-million-dollar company, pretty much. Customer service, everything. It's great. But if you go to dentist, it's just going to be a lot cheaper and quicker and better. I kind of lost where I was going with that, to be honest. Just like anything else in life, there will be issues once in a while, but my experience, they fixed it quickly. Who are you talking about? Brooklyn? If so, awesome. Good to hear. I asked Dennis about it after we tested it in the Halloween special. He talks about what? Which one are you talking about? Oh, the mods and stuff. Yeah, I featured him a few times in the special. And again, I also want to full disclose, I haven't actually paid Dennis at all for the services. It's just been like a collaboration. He offered originally in the beginning. I had him on my podcast. We were talking about this stuff, and he offered to send me some stuff to test out without doing a video of any kind. And I never take products and guarantee a video. I test it. And if it sucks, it sucks. You'll never see it. I may talk about it in a forum like this, but you'll never see a video about it. And I tell everyone that in ahead of time. And so he's like, that's cool. Check it out. And it was awesome. It was phenomenal. And it was the power bar. The first thing he sent me, the very first power bar for the manual camera. And then later he came out with the S, which is for the sonar. And it was awesome. Then he offered to do some services for me in return, that sort of thing. And so he's kind of built a relationship that way. But I stand by him and his work. I've never had a problem with it. Other than TSA screwing up, not TSA, Custom screwing up my camera. They damaged it, but he fixed it. He's like, send it to me. I'll fix it. No questions asked. And that's what he would do for you guys too, which is pretty cool. I want to buy a lens filter for Christmas. Which is your best advice for a lens filter for this? Are you talking about retrograde lenses? Which I happen to have right next to me too. These ones I think are coming out today. I think. But these lenses I did a video on. What are you talking about? These filters? Or are you talking about color filters? Let me know. Retrograde is another prime example of someone I've had his adapter for years. Loved it. Constantly just talked about. Loved it. It's in my bag always. The adapter for the SX70. I freaking loved it because I could use a wide angle lens on it telephoto. It's so cool. This year, he contacted me and said, hey, like what you're doing. I'm glad you like my stuff. I would like to send you a little care package of some upcoming products. No video required. He's even sending me something else that's coming out. And again, no video required, he said. But I'll be making a video because his products are amazing. But I'm not being paid by him at all or anybody. Anything that you see, it's rare. I did have a small partnership with Laney, but similar situation. I told them I gotta test this, see if it's good or not before my viewers see it. And I do have a product that was sent to me recently. It's a 35mm film scanner. It looks pretty cool, but I gotta test it before you guys even see a video on it. And I told them that, so that's how it goes. He is a witch. Yes, that was the film I was talking about. Retnick's film. Boom. Overseas shipping is not worth it. I paid $25 to have it shipped to him from Washington State. I don't know where you're at in the world, but I've spent more money sending something to Texas or Florida. Sometimes I sent something to Florida. It was like $40. I spent I think it was $27 to have it shipped to the United Kingdom. So, priority mail. USPS. You guys are having your own little conversation. That's cool. Okay, I'll look for him. I need to get leather replaced. Yeah, he does that too. I've done a video on it. It's actually pretty simple, but you might as well, if you're sending something to him, have him do it. You use Pola Dress as well. They work together. They're on repairs too. So if you contact Pola Dress, you can get some leather or whatever, and then they'll just send it right to Dennis and have it done for you. But Dennis does stock, I believe, some Pola Dress leathers, but I don't think it's a lot. So coordinate that. They know each other. And if they give you weird questions, just say, hey, Chris sent me. They'll be like, okay. We chat. They know me. Front of the F camera plastic. Hope it can be replaced. Wait, okay, let me reread this. You need to get leather replaced, and there's a chip out of the front F of the camera's plastic. Probably not. Chips are tough. Sometimes you just have to just deal with that. Yeah. So, but you never know. Talk to Dennis. You can see what he can do. It's if you don't know who I'm talking about, it's Dennis from Chromatic Parts. On Instagram, it's chromatic.parts. But I've done videos. You should be able to find him. Just through the videos, I link him in there. The most recent video to see would be, I can show you right here. Videos. Okay, it would be this. Nope, this video. This will have a link to him, I believe. I do believe. Yeah, right here. And then it also has videos to his power bar. Actually, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Oh, you're gonna see something weird. Wow, you're gonna see some weird stuff. I apologize. Let's do that. Okay. My music list, don't need that. Yeah, right here, and has some links to his power bar and all that good stuff. Expired Polaroid film. Does it work? Should you buy it? That was part of the Halloween special episodes. Yeah. Okay. Got distracted. Was that up the whole time? I forgot to take your comment down. Hopefully you guys saw that and it wasn't blocked. Oh, this is a great question. This is from reference to my Instagram post from yesterday. Who am I suing? Great question. I am suing somebody. I haven't served them papers yet, though. They're over here. A client that I worked with did a chargeback for my services. Local guy. He said it was done in error. Happened a couple months ago, but I haven't gotten the money back. And he's like, oh, well, I did it. I told my bank. I'm like, cool, dude. I've been out a lot of money and my accounts have been shut down. It was through PayPal. PayPal sent me to collections for the amount. Lost my auto insurance because of it too, because the same day he did it, it just so happened to be the day my auto insurance policy was renewing. I didn't know that, so I didn't have insurance for like 3 weeks. I only happened upon it. I was going in, I was like, I don't know why, but I was looking at my policy online. It said canceled. I'm like, what? I was never notified. I called Geico, and I'm like, what happened? Like, yeah, it says, you know, your card was declined because it was set for auto pay. I'm like, oh, why didn't you call me and let me know? Like, we don't do that. If you miss a payment, you miss a payment, and it gets either sent to collections or your policy gets canceled. Like, what? So I had to spend an entire day getting new auto insurance, which it went up drastically. Not through Geico. Geico was wanting an astronomical amount more. It's stupid. Anyway, bunch of other chain reaction things, and this guy doesn't seem to care. So I have, as of yesterday, I filed a small claims against him. So still have to serve him. Hopefully, I'm looking into getting that done. That's a short version. I might do a more in-depth version for a members only video if you guys are curious about that. Dennis is taking a 2-week break after Christmas, so make sure you get, yeah, definitely. And it's a much deserved. He told me the video I did on where is that? Well, which one was that? I feel bad, but I also feel like, yeah, it's good. It's good. And he's the same thing. He has mixed feelings. This video right here. Hopefully you can see this. Okay. I don't have it set up properly, so you're going to see some weird stuff. But this video right here. Nope. This video right here. No. Was it this one? Yes, it was this one. Where I did a full collaboration with Pola Dress, Pola Studios, and Dennis on creating that camera right there that you see. And in that video, and it's still good, actually, you guys. If you go to this video, there is a discount code. A couple of them. Actually, I think Pola Studios might still work. I think Pola Dresses is expired. 10% off Dennis. Okay, so if you go to Dennis, just mention my name. You'll get 10% off everything, he said. And expires December 7th. Pola's dresses code. That one just expired. So I might need to take that off. But 10% off. He didn't give me an expiration on this, but 10% off Pola Studios on the transparent housing and color button. But this one here, apparently, did really well for him and got a crap ton of business. Like, it piled onto him, and he's been able to pump through them, which is crazy. The guy's a madman. He's able to get through people's orders and just put out just top-notch work. But that video, I guess, did extraordinarily well for him. And that's awesome. That's what I like to hear. But I don't know if he was necessarily ready for it. But yeah, until December 7th is the cutoff. But mention my name, mention that video, you'll get a discount. Power bar 2.0. What's that? What do you mean? What do you mean? I've seen DIY leather replacement videos on SX70, but it looks so tedious. It's actually pretty simple. I did one back in the day, like way back in the day. When I was resurrecting my YouTube channel, because it was this kind of a, mostly just like a, I don't know what you would call it, a dump channel where I'm just making weird stuff, just putting whatever in there. And then I switched focuses into retro tech. Instant photography was in the mix, and then instant photography kind of just took over. But I mean, I'm still scrolling. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm getting close, I think. Did I pass it? No, here we go. There it is. It says 3 years ago, but I'm pretty sure it's actually 4, because that's how YouTube works. But yeah, I do a walkthrough. I mean, look, it's back when I had my beard. But if you watch that, it's pretty straightforward and it's pretty easy. It's pretty simple. But yeah, it can be. I mean, I'll walk you through it. It's pretty simple. It depends on the camera you have. I guess like the original model, very first model, is way simpler because the leather kind of comes off in one piece. The one I was taking off, it was just crumbling away and was more messy than anything. But it's really not that difficult. It's actually pretty straightforward. Mint also does refurbishments. They do. I have no idea what they charge. I would assume a lot, just based on everything else that they do. Just so expensive. But I've not heard a single thing about their services, good or bad. But I do know they do it. Yeah, I hope it gets sorted too. It's been kind of a nightmare. Yeah, like a real nightmare. I shut down my business because of it. I mean, it, not me. It shut down my business. I can't even call PayPal because the chargeback went through, or they did. They don't even ask or let me know, like, hey, what's going on? They're just like, okay, bam, money gone out of your account. They just take it. And I just got a weird email. I gotta read that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, PayPal just takes it, and now I can't even call them because it's been more than 30 days or whatever for my account being in the negative because it just took all the money, and so now my account's been restricted. They told me, and they're sending me the collection. It's been a nightmare. So I'm probably gonna have to start selling like a lot of like my cameras and things to cover this. It's rough. It's been rough. Just watched your converting VHS to tapeless video. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. Appreciate that. I've done a couple of those. Which one? The one I did like a year or so ago? Your video is the one I watched. I believe you put blue or black leather onto one. It was blue. I'm an OG to the channel. Well, hey, welcome. Not welcome. Just hello. Thanks for sticking around through the chaos. You were right. It was blue. That's the camera I paid $5 for. It came with the box. I thought I had it over there. It came with the box and the leather like ever ready. Wrong button. I meant to hit mute because I thought I was gonna burp. And I burp into that. It came with the ever ready case. So I've been using PayPal for 15 years easily. I've ran my other business through it, and I owned a retail store, and like through eBay as well, and all that stuff. I've only ever had the generic like buyers on eBay filing a claim for some stupid reason to try and scam you, bull stuff. You know what I'm saying? However, in all my years of using this and running a business, this is my second business. I've never, ever experienced this. This guy is he's the worst client I've ever had. He's local too. He owns a brick and mortar business. He has a business, and he's a quote unquote doctor. Yeah. He's just trying to scam me. He's committed fraud, like intentionally or not, but. And I'm the one paying for it, literally. It's sucked. But I've never had a problem with PayPal like to this level before. Lesson learned, I will never use PayPal to store money in ever again. And I probably won't use PayPal for sending invoices for business stuff anymore. At the same time, though, it doesn't really matter if I use them or not. Because let's say I use a different service, he still would have filed a chargeback. He still would have done everything, and whatever thing I was using there would have, happened. If I was using my bank, at least because I use US Bank, I would have at least been able to still go in and physically talk to a person. That'd be the only plus. But, yeah, I've been out thousands of dollars. Fees, now interest apparently, and now collections. I got a good chunk of it paid off, but yeah, who would have thought just one random person could just uproot my entire business? Just like, hey, you're just done. So everyone that bought t-shirts, bought the course, my masterclass, Patreon up until this month, all those funds, I never got to see. Just didn't. PayPal just took it for me. It went into my account and they're like, oh, you owe us money, and just went away. Never got to see it. I was able to change Patreon for this month. Found out they added a direct to bank option not that long ago. Apparently, I was using PayPal for everything, so I was able to get that fixed. But like everyone that's ever bought stuff from the last month or so, I never got to see a dime of it. But in a way, it's kind of helped because it's slowly chipping away at that debt. It's technically not a debt; it's what I was stolen from me. It's really frustrating. Yeah, it is rough. Yep. Hit it off. Real life. Yep. Thanks for stopping by. Listen to me ramble. Just kind of chilling right now. Honestly, I was waiting for phone calls because I called a few people about serving the papers for me. And I left messages and I haven't heard from them. I was the one using the Chinese brand converter box. What are you talking about? Oh, it was the one. Okay, I don't know. I can't read right now. Yeah, that one. That was a fun one. That was a fun video. Is that the one where No, that wasn't that one. Was it that one? I did a little short skit. Or was that the other VHS one I did? I did a couple of them last year. A few of them last year. I don't think I did any this year. This year's been crazy, man. So much freaking crap has happened. I don't know how I survived it all. But I did a skit where it was my video dating entry. If you guys remember those videos from like the 80s and 90s, those video dating ads or whatever. I did one just as a skit for one of those videos. I can't remember if it was for that one or for another one utilizing VHS cameras. But yeah. I got one model, 1 and 2 sonars, $60 today. That's a steal and a half right there. That's pretty great. Cannot find the lens accessories. So, yes, I do know about that. It was, this is not, I don't want to say like I'm talking bad because I love his stuff. I think it might have been slight, bad planning, but he apparently is partnering up, I think, with Brooklyn Film Camera. Sorry if I'm not supposed to say this. I don't know if I'm not supposed to say it, but they've taken over the release of the lenses. When he contacted me about that to do the video and all that stuff, originally that wasn't in play, and then I did the video, and then he was like, "Hey, could you not release that?" I'm like, "I already made it. It's coming out basically tomorrow." Which is bad because then people were like, "Hey, how do I get them?" And you can't get them. But I heard it was potentially you could get them as of today, but I guess that's not the case. So hopefully it's soon, and it won't. I guess it won't be from him. It'll be from Brooklyn Film Camera, maybe. I'm not sure. So you're gonna have to message him and ask him that question. I just use PayPal to pay for good from your store. Oh, thanks. Well, I appreciate that. At least it's chipping away at my debt. What'd you get? Actually, I can find out. What'd you buy? Oh, I can't see what you bought. It doesn't say. But, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Honestly, I'm watching this whole doing medical school anatomy notes. Dang, you're doing some real stuff over there. Random. Know of any good Wes Anderson style presets for Lightroom? Not for Lightroom. There's a really cool app. You do have to pay for it, unfortunately. It's $25 a year. But it's for video. It probably doesn't help you. It's called Mojo. Yeah, Mojo. It's loading up. But they do have a whole Wes Anderson playlist section and Quentin Tarantino. But honestly, you can just find some LUTs online that are like teal and orange because that's what Wes Anderson loves to use, and you can get pretty dang close. I do have No, I don't have. What is the name of it? Basically, just literally search for LUTs. Like I think Peter McKinnon has some. Matty Apoya has some, and then I think they even have a teal and orange. Everyone has a teal and orange, and then just exaggerate it in the sliders because that's what Wes Anderson likes to do. Really pushes those, and then fade them because it's more of a faded type. Sticker pack. Oh, awesome! I've been wanting to update those. Those are pretty old. I've had those on there forever, and I don't tell people about them. But yeah, so I also designed. Fun fact: I designed the. Oh gosh, I made those like 4 years ago. I'm trying to remember. The sticker with a main sticker, the JAC Make Some Art sticker, will fit on the back of your one-step cameras. I measured it to fit. Now that I've said that, I could be wrong. No, I'm pretty sure I did. And the size of some of those stickers, I tried to make them where they fit on the cameras, but now I can't 100% remember because I made those forever ago. I know they do. The main one does anyway. So if I were to do Patreon, some con artist doctor or PayPal won't get. No. So Patreon I fixed. It goes into my bank account now, which is nice. Which I wish I had known previously, because I've been giving away money to PayPal fees. However, the only downside is the other way. Once the payment's initiated, it takes like 3 or 4 days to get it. PayPal is instantaneously, but I would take they take almost 3% or whatever. But yeah, but no, it goes into my bank account, which is not much better. Which I don't pay. I think I pay 1%. No, I think I only pay the transaction cost, which is like 50 cents or whatever. So that's pretty cool. Have you checked out the paper shoot camera? It is cool. I like it. Know about it. It's stupidly expensive though. It's like $200. That's the only reason why I haven't gotten it. I love the concept. Love the designs of them. I love the fact that you can customize them. You can change them out, like the skin or whatever. It's pretty cool. But man, it's a lot of money for a little basic webcam, essentially camera quality camera. If you want to get that aesthetic, there is a really cool way, and I think Lou beat me to it. We had a chat about it, actually. I messaged him like, dang it, you beat me to it. But to be fair, I sat on it for too long. But let's see if he did it. I can't remember if it was his video. I think he did it recently. Like it was a recent video. Sweet Lou Photography. Let's see here. But if you want the same basic effect, what you can do. Dang. Oh, I think he did it as a short on Instagram. No, here it is. It's a short on YouTube as well. You can take a multiple ways to do this. This is a 3D printed version that I'll show you in a second. But basically, if you have a lens cap for your digital camera, you can take a disposable camera, take it all apart, and then take the lens out of the the disposable and put it on your lens cap, and you can actually put that right onto your camera and get some photos. It'll work with film too, but digital is better because you can see through it. You know what I'm saying? You can see what it's going to look like. But basically, it's this. This is This is a 3D printed version, but it's essentially exactly the same thing. There's no sound, but if you're wondering whether there's no sound, there shouldn't be any sound anyway. Let me know if you're hearing sound. But it's pretty sweet, and it gives you the effect of a 35 millimeter disposable camera, essentially unlimited. And you can do this for really cheap if you make it yourself. And I think this is something you can purchase. I think he purchased it. He didn't make it. I don't even know who offers it, but I'm sure you could find it. Nope. But there you go. Make it yourself. Just pop that lens out. Just disassemble it and make it. But yeah. Give you the same effect of the paper camera for a fraction of the cost. Well, now you're heading out. Well, I thought you were. Hey, I thought you were listening to me ramble while you study. It's okay. When's the next live though? I don't have a schedule for live streams just yet. I need to write one. Right now they are just random, but I do want to start getting into a habit of like Fridays at 1 o'clock or something. But if you want to stay up to date on the most things, check out my Instagram. I usually post on stories there, or join the Discord. Links can be found in the description of this live stream to all of it. But hey, I hope you have a good night. Good luck on your test, potentially, if you're studying for it. Good luck on that. On sale on Instagram for like 120. The paper camera. It's pretty cool, but man, it's still a lot of money for what you get. Not that it's bad. Just for me, especially right now, I can't be spending anything. Literally, I've been only buying food and gas. That is it. And I'm probably going to be selling some stuff, so be on the lookout. Might sell the RF70. I already need to sell that thing. I probably should do at least one more video with it before I do that, though. Might have to sell the i2. We'll see. But yeah, fun stuff. But I think that little lens cap thing, I've been wanting to make it. I've just been putting it off, and he beat me to it. And apparently he even sat on it for a long time. He said that he was several years. he's had it in his possession, just never did anything with it. I know how that goes. There's a lot of stuff that I have sitting around that I need to make videos on that I just haven't gotten around to yet. So I need to start doing that. Yeah. How long have we been live? Seems like I've been live for like a billion years. Oh, only an hour and 20 minutes. Nice. Seems like a lot longer. But what is going on? Okay. I have to cancel that out. I'd love to make one of those, but I'm not handy. Trust me, it's not hard. It's not hard at all. Like at all. Now, shoot, wrong button. Now if you're trying to 3D print yourself one, even then it's not that hard. 3D printing's gotten so easy over the last couple of years. But if you don't have a 3D printer yourself, don't worry about it. Just buy a cheap lens cap off Amazon for the camera you want, whatever mount it is, and then just take a drill and literally just drill a hole and then glue the lens in place, and then you're good to go. It's so simple. Just disassemble the camera, and if I'm not mistaken, that particular Kodak camera, that lens just pops out. Just pops out. It's easy. That's why I was like, oh, I want to do that. It seems so cool. There is a couple people that have done videos on that in the past. Let's go. Lens cap lens. Let's see what we can find on the old internet. Oh, here's a good one. This is the one I think I originally saw. No, not the one. I've seen it though. Yeah, a bunch of people have actually done this before. It's not an original idea. But let me close this out. Okay. Actually, hang on. There we go. Now I can actually see what you guys... There we go. I can actually see. I'm not doing this blindly. But yeah, these are some of the videos. Ignore these. These are manufacturing. I mean, $50. It's not actually that bad. $60 ain't that bad either. It looks like it's even customizable. However, doing it this way is still the best way because it is the lens from the disposable camera. You're not going to get like the effect of it. It's going to be the same look. So that's what I would recommend doing. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, if I click on this video, I'm pretty sure the lens just pops out. Freaking ads. There we go. I'm pretty sure once you disassemble that lens right there, it just comes out. Let's skip through here. Okay, here we go. Disassemble. Disassemble. There it is. See, there it is. Okay, unscrew it. There we go. Okay, it's unscrewed. So far, it's like super simple. Pretty sure. Oh, you just insert it in. Okay, look at that. You just stick it in, or just break that part off. Okay, that's what it was. Just trim it. So yeah, okay, it's kind of what I thought. I thought that lens part actually though was just by itself. I forgot about that mounting point. But look how easy that is. You can whip that up in less than 5 minutes. And then bam, you're done. You're good to go. I would probably glue it though, just because this part right here, right? Because if you bump that, that will fall into your camera and hit your sensor. So I would glue it. And I would glue it from the outside, not the inside, because just in case you get a flake of the glue that would pop up, like pop off into your camera sensor. So that's what I would do. But look how easy that was. I can't see it. I set it up. Dang it. Okay, well, that's fine. I'll look here. You can actually just use a lens cap and then drill a hole and glue it in if you're not handy. Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. It's so simple. Less than 5 minutes. Going tables with a VHS camera. This was the video I was talking about. Yes. Okay. Yeah. That one. The Suzuki. I don't know how to pronounce it. Still can't. Didn't know how then. Don't know how to now. The Suzuki RH35. Funny thing about that, because that was sent to me for a review. Not paid, but still sent to me. Made a video on it. Oh, okay. Now I'm curious. Before I say anything more, let's go find that video. I think it actually has a fair amount of views, not like a ton, but it has some views. Sometimes you get a hit, sometimes you don't. Like the last video I did not take very well to people. People were like, no one watched it. Where is it? There it is. Okay, yeah. So it did all right based on my own channel reviews. It's about 6,500 views. When I put it out, it was like a horrible performing video. Like nobody was watching it. A couple hundred views. But then Caleb from DSLR Shooter did a video on this thing, and then people started searching for it, and then my views went up, and then it became out of stock and hard to find. I wonder if it's still hard to find. Let's see. Can you still get it? I remember it not being super cheap, but cheap in the sense of it for what it is. If you know this field, okay, it's cool. It is back in stock. It's $169. Actually came down. I think it was like $200 originally. Yeah, it was like $199. But it's actually for what it is and what you get, and if you're in this type of field or world, that's super cheap, because there are no entry level like external monitors basically that record directly to the device for under $500 or $600. So seeing something that would like that for ones at the time, I swear it was $199, but it's $169 right now. Yeah, for that cheap, that's just extraordinarily a good deal, and it does a lot of cool stuff too. It's a good little piece of hardware, because there's tons of monitors you can buy, just not ones that record at the time. Okay, I digress a little bit. Or I could pay Chris to make me one of those caps. There you go. I mean, the funny thing is, you'd be better off doing it yourself, because it would be expensive to pay someone else to do it, for them to make it worthwhile for them, because you have to have the lens cap for the camera you have. That's cheap, couple bucks literally on Amazon. Then you have to have the camera, disposable camera, and to get that camera, it's gonna be like $20 or so. So for someone to do it, you'll be looking at like probably at least $40 minimum to have someone do it, just to start, to make it worthwhile. Just do it yourself. If you mess up, so what? Worst case scenario, you have a roll of film that you could use, you know, because it's a disposable camera, or shoot the camera, then take it out, however you want to do it. I saw a video where Caleb used a similar converter, but I was looking for a generic tapeless. Yeah, he did one on this. Fun fact about Caleb, him and I sort of know each other. He was a fan of one of my old channels that's no longer in existence. It got stolen from me. And then it was deleted, sort of. It was renamed. It's a long story. But he was a fan of that channel. It was called Geeks Life. But wait. Because, I mean, he has way more. He's freaking got a lot of subscribers. So his video has a lot. And it blew up real quick. Yeah. So, yeah, check it out. So, this is my video 1 year ago, roughly. His was 9 months later. Or nine months ago. So, it would have only been a couple of months later from when I released mine. And then it became sold out, and I kept getting messages from people like, oh, where is it? Where is it? I'm like, what? Why are people talking about that thing? I thought that video bombed. It did, but then he did a video on it. But it is technically a generic recorder. But it's pretty cool, because if you remember in that video, you can actually de-squeeze your footage and record it that way. I didn't know that until like halfway through making. No, I was in edit. I was editing the video, and I found that out because I was shooting B-roll for demonstrations of the menus, and I happened to find that. I'm like, what? Because I did a whole section of recorded like demo on how to de-squeeze your VHS tape, because with that device that I had, that's super cheap. And I'm like, oh, so actually you don't have to do this whole thing. It's made it so much better. And right now I think mine's boxed up because, yeah, it's a long story. Okay. That is cool though. I'm glad people actually liked and found that video helpful. This wasn't, now I'm gonna watch it because I'm trying to remember which video I had that fake little dating video in. Was it this one? I don't know if it was. Yeah, this device is cool. It's cheap, but it stretches out your 4:3 video. Yeah, it does this to it. See how it's stretched out. So there's a setting in the device that actually de-squeezes it, or you can do it in post, which I showed you how to do. Okay, it wasn't this video. It must have been the other one. I did a video that year showing how to use your VHS camera. Not this one. That was a fun one too. I haven't done any VHS stuff this year. This one. Yeah. Pretty sure. It had to be this one. Yeah, it's this one. Like that. Yeah, it was this one. Okay. Fun fact. You guys can't see it. That's a real phone number. That is a real phone number. Anyway. Wow. Okay, cool. Anyway. Digress a lot. Probably should wrap up anyway. I'm starving. Close that out. Okay, it's closed up. Yeah, good times, good times. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it on up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I need to get back on a regular, like, normal schedule for live streams. Like, I've been saying that forever, too. It's kind of like a joke in itself. I've been saying that literally for like a year, maybe longer. But I want to start. I really do want to get back to live stream at least once a week. It's so much fun. Oh, well, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, I just every time. Do I have this set up? It's going to be glitchy. I know it. Dang it. Well, I don't know which button it was. Oops, sorry. Is it this one? Nope. I don't know. Okay. I thought I programmed this in, but I guess I didn't. So I'm going to have to manually do it. And here we go, you guys. Thank you so much. Roll the credits. Become a member of the Spitfire Club. Get some cool perks and all that stuff. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Now, get out there. Make some freaking art. See you soon. Bye.